Assalamualaikum and good evening to all. I'm Hanis Iskandar as your moderator today. Today, we will be talking about the effect of electromagnetic waves application towards sustainability. Nowadays, electromagnetic waves are widely used in our daily life, such as agriculture, health, marine life, communications, and others. Generally, electromagnetic waves or EM waves are waves that are created as a result of vibration between an electric field and magnetic field. In other words, EM waves are composed of oscillating magnetic and electric fields. Before discussing into details about this topic, let me introduce to all of you of our panels. First is Mr. Alif Jeffrey as our first panel. Then, our second panel today is Mr. Ramdan Hafiz. The third panel is Mr. Nasruddin, and the last one is Mr. Shafiq Ishaq as our fourth panel. Without wasting our time, my first question to our first panel, Mr. Alif Jeffrey, can you give one example of a technology that has adopted electromagnetic waves in its application? Let's say, in this case, we are using the microwave.
Yes, thank you for the question. Microwave is a form of electromagnetism radiation with a wavelength of 1 meter and 1 millimeter. Its frequency is between 300 MHz and 300 GHz. Microwave is one of the electromagnetism that used in our technology, such as to detect speed of car and provide a high-speed wireless connection that can send and receive photo, video, and voice. However, when we talk about microwave, the most common consumer that using microwave energy is microwave oven. This microwave oven always been used in people in nowadays, especially for cooking matter. Why microwave are using in the microwave oven? Because there are three characteristics that allow them to use in cooking. First, they are reflected by metal. Second, they can pass through glass, paper, and plastic, and they are absorbed by the food. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jeffrey. Okay, next question is to Mr. Ramdan. Mr. Ramdan, as a researcher, can you explain the literature studies and how the EM concept is used in this technology?
Thank you for the question, moderator. Back in the 1950s, American electrical engineer Percy Spencer was carrying out some experiment with a magnetron at the Raytheon Manufacturing Company where he worked. At that time, the main use of magnetron was in the radar, a way of using radio wave to help airplanes and ships find their way around in poor weather or darkness. One day, Percy Spencer had a chocolate bar in his pocket. When he switched on the magnetron, to his surprise, the bar quickly melted because of the heat of the magnetron generator. This gave him the idea that magnetron might be used to cook food. After successfully cooking some popcorn, he realized he could develop microwave for cooking all types of food. He was granted a series of patents for this idea in early 1950s, including a method of treating foodstuff, which shows the basic operation of microwave. In this patent, Spencer shared his own summary of how his invention works. Domestic microwave oven operates at frequency of 2450 MHz, which a power usually range around 500 to 1100 watts. Microwaves are produced by an electronic tube called magnetron. Once the oven is switched on, the microwave are dispersed in the oven cavity and reflected by a stirrer fan, so the microwave are propagated in all directions. They are reflected by the metal sides of the oven cavity and absorbed by the food. Uniformity of heating in the food is usually assisted by having the food on a rotating turntable in the oven. Water molecules vibrate when they absorb microwave energy, and the friction between the molecules result in heating, which cooks the food. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you for the partnership, Mr. Ramdan. That is very useful information. Okay, next. To make our forum more interesting, Mr. Nasruddin, what is your opinion about the safety issue of the application? Is it safe for health or environment? Can you share with us?
A large amount of microwave radiation that leaks from the oven can harm people. Microwave radiation can hit body tissue the same way it hit food. Exposure to high level of microwave can cause painful burn. The eyes are vulnerable to RF heating because there is little blood flow in them to carry away excess heat. Additionally, High level of microwave can cause cataracts. However, federal standard limits the amount of microwave that can leak from an oven throughout its lifetime to 5 milliwatts of microwave radiation per centimeter squared, approximately 2 inches from the oven. This limit is far below to the level known that can harm people. Therefore, in my opinion, it is safe as long as your microwave are registered under National Organisation for Standard and Quality as for Malaysia. The appliance should be registered under Standard and Industrial Research Institute of Malaysia, SIRIM. Nonetheless, what if the use of microwave is used excessively? Do you think there will be any other side effect?
That sounds great. Thank you for the explanation, Mr. Nasruddin. Alright, regarding to Mr. Nasruddin's opinion just now, do you have anything against that, Mr. Jeffrey?
Yes, Mr. Nasruddin. There are a side effect that can make by microwave. First, microwave can change the makeup of our blood. In a Swiss clinical study, the researchers found that the blood changed in individuals who consume microwave milk and vegetable. This result of study showed that the red blood cells are decreased while the white cells are increased alongside with the cholesterol. For the second point, microwave can change our heart rate because microwave can produce 2.4 GHz of frequency radiation that can affect our body. So, if you experience irregular heartbeat and any chest pain, and you are regularly eating food with a microwave, it might be best to you to discontinue to use microwave.
Alright, thank you, Mr. Jeffrey. Now, let's move to the last question. Mr. Shafiq, can you give your opinion on how we can reduce the effect that has been mentioned by Mr. Nasruddin and Mr. Jeffrey just now? Can you give some solution regarding to this problem?
That was a good question, Mr. Iskandar. Okay, how to reduce the effect of the microwave? First of all, you need to follow the manufacturer instruction manual for the recommended operating procedure and safety precautions for your oven model or for your microwave. Secondly, use microwave safe cookware, specially manufactured for use in the microwave oven. Thirdly, don't operate the microwave oven if the door doesn't close firmly or is bent, warped, or otherwise damaged. And stop using microwave oven if it continues to operate with the open door. Furthermore, do not heat the water or liquid in the microwave oven longer than recommended in the manufacturer's instruction. Next, some ovens should not be operated when empty because it will waste the electricity. And lastly, regularly clean the oven or the microwave cavity, the outer edge of the cavity, and the door with the water and milk detergent. A special microwave oven cleaner is not necessary. Be sure to not using sculpturing pad, steel wool, or other adhesive. Thank you for that's my answer for that question. The Iskandar.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Shafiq, for the great opinion. Now we have reached the final session. Actually, there are a lot of questions and answers that I want to share with the audience since the time is running out. So here I will conclude that the technology that use the EM wave has their own positive and negative effect towards our life. It depends on us how to use and choose it wisely. Because of that, the knowledge about the technology and the science should be learned by all of us so that we can ensure the sustainability of our earth. That's all from me. Thank you and see you in the next time.